everyone. Today has been rough. Um, a lot has happened. And in the middle of all of it, I had an interesting conversation with Danny, one of Sammy's nephews. And we were talking about the channel and like what the purpose of the channel was. And although I have been letting you all see the glimpses of our lives, um, I want to open up some more about what we're going through right now. Samara is very sick right now, and it feels like a whirlwind of things that have happened that I really don't even understand, honestly. She was discharged from the hospital on Friday, and although I did feel a little bit unsettled, there was really nothing to say that we needed to stay. And the doctor and I agreed, and GI came, and we all agreed that we can try to manage her symptoms outpatient because she was as stable as she probably was going to get, given her labs and everything like that. And she wasn't really symptomatic like I had posted. And so she came home, and Saturday, she was irritable and everything, and wasn't necessarily tolerating her food really well. And then Saturday night diarrhea started. By Sunday morning, she had a distended belly. She was more swollen. Her hands, her feet, her face. Even the picture I posted, I look back now and I'm like, her face was already looking more swollen. Um, she was starting to have DSATs, which means her oxygen levels were dropping. And we decided to take her to the emergency room because we just knew something wasn't right. So, in the span of the last 24 hours, this is what has happened. Samara has ended up in the pediatric ICU unit, but right now she's very sick, probably sicker than she's ever been, I think. And I'm not really sure exactly what happened. We came in last night. Her hemoglobin was a little bit low by this morning. Her hemoglobin was very low. And I spoke to the doctor. He spoke about the fact that while they were trying to get a central line yesterday, she lost a lot of blood. And maybe some blood was pooling around one of the sites where they got an arterial vein. So she required a blood transfusion. In the course of 24 hours, Samara has gone from having perfect blood gases, which is how they check to see if the vent is working, to horrible blood gases. They've taken her off of her home vents and put her on a hospital vent, which was my biggest fear because she's been doing so well. And I had just told you guys how they had reduced settings and everything like that. And the settings were fine because they kept checking her blood gases, which are those tests to make sure that the settings that were changed were appropriate for her. Literally yesterday in the ER, I was told her blood gas was perfect. Her chest x-ray looked good. Her stomach x-ray showed that she was full of fluid. From yesterday to today, her chest x-ray has gotten significantly worse. Not even from yesterday to today. From this morning to this afternoon, it is a totally different chest x-ray. Her chest x-ray looks really bad, to the point where not only did they take her off the hospital vent, now it sounds like they're taking her off the hospital vent and putting her on something called an oscillator, which I don't even know what that means right now, honestly, because I've heard of it, but I don't know what it is. So to say the least, I am frustrated. I am tired. I am overwhelmed, and I am very sad. And we've talked about this, in the videos. I've talked about the fact that it's been a lot to deal with. I talk about how I've been coping, and right now I am holding on. I am holding on to God. I am praying. I'm sending positive vibes to the hospital. I came home so that I could pick up Nathan from school and take a shower and everything. And Sammy's in the hospital, and we swap back and forth so that neither one of us goes crazy there. Going back to how I started this video in terms of Danny asking me what was the purpose of this channel, right? And it is not just to share our story, it is to inspire hope, because I've let you all into our lives so that you can see how we cope with this difficult situation that we're in. What you see in terms of how we're coping is how we live. If you see us in person, you see that this is how we communicate. We are genuinely handling it as best as we can, but this is overwhelming. It's exhausting, and it's very scary. Honestly, it's very, very scary. And so this channel was also created to ask for prayers. And so when you watch these videos, it's not for you to just watch it and think, wow, look at what they're going through. Like they're so strong. No, it's for you to see what God is doing in our lives, how He is helping us get through the situation, and also for you to pray for us, to build your prayer life, to share it with other people. But we need prayer. So today, this specific video is to ask for prayer. The specific video is to ask that you pray for Samara, as many of you have been doing, that you pray for me and Sammy as we're going through this difficult time, and that you enhance your prayer life, and that you share this story with somebody so that they can also pray for Samara. Maybe somebody else praying for Samara will help them pray for something else that they needed in their lives. So this is probably the least edited video I've ever done, and I'm just overwhelmed and exhausted, and I wanted to give an update without having to type it out a million times. And so this is a quick way to tell you what's been happening. I hope you watched to the end. Please continue to keep us in your prayers, and I will provide updates as I get a chance to.